On the left-hand side, we got the members of Ghost of Yavapai, I think is the name, is how you say it. Hybrid Remix is going to be on the Orphea. We're going to be seeing, we're going to go with Shan, I think it is. Yeah, we'll just go with Shan on the Alexstrasza. Little Bell, I think, is going to be on the Lili. We've got a Thrall being played by Megu Milk, and Uther will round out the draft on Andre Day? I think it's Andre Day. I don't know. I'm super good with names. Let's go over to the right-hand side to the baddest dudes. We've got Demigard, I think it is, or Demon Grand is going to be on the. I can't see what model you are. Kael'thas. Viper will be on the ETC. Hold on, we just have to cheat this right now. Round Taker's gonna be on the Tyrande, Cactus Sam on the Sylvanas, very good name, and Blackened Avian on the Phoenix. I couldn't see that for some reason. My eyes couldn't focus. It's so hard when they're doing little spins. The names just don't show up just right. Yavapai, thank you. I thought the A was an O when I glanced over at the name again, so thank you for catching me. Yavapai. Yavapai sounds cool too. Anyway, either way, let's actually pull up our level 1 talents as well, because we are on our current patch with this replay and everything, so we will be able at least to see everything in our right UI, but as well as it will be on current patch, so there's no kind of oddities. You're not going to see. There was one time when I was doing the Aztec Relief stream that happened like 6 months ago. Someone submitted a replay and it took us like 20 minutes to actually load into it because it was so old. It was so old that Diablo didn't have a rework. That's how old that replay was. Like, Diablo was fire stomping, and I was just like, God, that is such a weird animation. But yeah, currently going to be having that Sylvanas grabbing the camp on the right-hand side. We do have Uther going into the Hammer of the Lightbringer at level 1. This is going to be a main tank Uther composition coming out from the members of Ghost of Yavapai. I had to glance over for that one because I wanted to say a different name. Either way, Cactus Ham will grab that fortification camp, so they're going to be able to buff out that lane a little bit more effectively, especially having something to fight with during the objective phase. Phoenix will actually be taken out by the Thrall in bottom lane. That's going to be a strong. That's okay. I was going to say they can push this in pretty quickly and get a lot of value, but I do like the fact that they're actually going to play it a little bit slower and they're just going to take their time and work on getting more stacks on the Echo Elements at level 1 because you want to try and finish that out as quickly as possible. Super tie. Yavapai has a weak wave clear. They've got Orphea and they've got Thrall, and yeah, I do agree with that. Especially going into a Sylvanas who can really push up, and same thing with the Phoenix and the Kael'thas. Like, there's a lot better wave clear. It's not completely gone, but yeah, no, I agree. It's very, very weak. And actually, you said that, so I'm just agreeing with you. But yeah, no, it's one of those things that like a composition like this will have a little bit of a struggle when you are trying to clear waves at least into the enemy team because they're going to push back faster. And if you're doing double rotations, that wave clear is a huge factor as well. But right now we're going to be having the Living Bomb applied to one of the members. Doesn't seem like it's going to be spreading to many, but that's actually a power slide out from Viper trying to find a kill onto the Uther. Doesn't find it just yet, and they're going to have to back off as this will be Control Point A opening up in the next 20 some seconds. Currently going to be having Cactus Ham grabbing the camp on the right-hand side. We do have 4 talent tiers up, and that is going to be Mercenary Queen grabbed by the Sylvanas as well. That will benefit the turret, buffing it up by 60%. It's actually really big because it's like having, and I always say this, and in my mind I picture this way, it's like a small Tychus, who's just a stationary Tychus, who's just going to sit there and be a nuisance until you actually step out of range or destroy it. But we have our 7 talent tiers about a level away for both sides, and this is pretty much the standard pacing you'd see on a map like this. Maybe a little bit quicker with the rotations between top and mid, but right now most of the teams, and whenever I'm casting this map, most of the teams are either vying or looking for their 7 talent tier, or they're just going for the fight and then try and find it through the fight, and that's going to be a great kill onto Alexstrasza for the members of the Baddest Dudes. That will be their first clip of the game. Ta, how's it going, bud? Thanks for coming by. I missed the old Fire Stomp teleport combo, so you'd land the fire at the same time. Oh. Tank Uther, though, is Pog. Main tank Uther, like, I'm still 50-50 on main tank Uther, and I think the reason being is because I jump from different, divisions and leagues and stuff like that, so I see super good Uthers, main tank Uthers, and then I see some where I'm just like, this isn't gonna work. So it's one of those situations where, like, I'm semi-sold on it. It just really depends on what kind of I don't know, it sounds a little rude as I say it, but it depends on kind of the division, in my opinion, where it's coming from. Some main tank Uthers can be out of this world and it doesn't matter where they're at, but I'd say in that higher tier, like when I get to cast main tank Fury for Fury, like that is a joy for me. I was actually talking to him about BlizzCon, I was talking to him about it at BlizzCon for like 20 minutes. We talked about main tank Uther, and it was so much fun. But anyways, Phoenix is going to be the first one to get picked off right there. Chain Bomb is going to be going to a couple members back and forth. That Alex Strauss will be popping out on the Dragon Queen form, trying to get some zone potential as well as get some heals to the friendly team, but Lily's going to get whittled down and go down right there. Mega is very low as well. They get picked off from the Sylvanas. Power Slide from the ETC. Viper's so very low, does get the face melt to force them back, as this is going to be Uther in a bit of a rough spot. Great stun coming out from the Uther. Unfortunately, not going to be able to solidify a kill. Really good Haunting Wave. I actually think Alex Strauss might have been able to solidify that kill if Sylvanas did not get that Haunting Wave out, but they grabbed themselves the first Triglav Protector of the game, and they're going to be able to rotate in through mid lane. Seems like there's a little bit of damage on that already, so they're just going to try and prioritize top. They don't have a decent wave up here just yet due to the fact that this is going to be a camp that was pushing in the entire time. But if you're winning the team fight, if you're taking roughly 3 to 4 kills during the first objective phase, yeah, you don't really worry about your top lane pressure. You can clear that out later. You want to grab that objective and keep the momentum going as they've got themselves a solid level lead in favor for the members of the Baddest Dudes. I just realized E-build on Alex Straza. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. You do get the cooldown reduction on your Dragon Queen form from the reward from this, but what, Dragon Queen form's like 120 seconds? 150 seconds, excuse me. So you've got to land a lot of those to get a lot of cooldown reduction. But I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But I don't know. I rarely really see this composition or this build being picked up from a lot of Alex Strauss's, but I guess with the double support, they want to try and pull out the Dragon Queen as much as possible. And if you are getting not systematic, but if you're getting consistent lands onto your Q or your E, excuse me, that actually that's going to work out for you pretty well, I guess. When it comes to supports, like I always kind of get wishy-washy on this because like it's the role that I play the least. Support and, well, I guess healer is the role I play the least. Support I do play, you know, Abathur, and I play Lost Vikings here and there, and I'll potato on a Medivh, and same thing with a Zarya. But like, put me on a Lucio and I'll just boost you around the map and I'll just amp it up when necessary. Even then, not I do all right on it, but just keep me off the healers. Let me tank or do anything else. Currently, I have another fight going to be breaking out as Mega's going to be split from the friendly team. Huge. Oh, that was very good for the Frostwolf, but unfortunately, that's going to be a Pyroblast that I don't know if you're going to be able to run away from that one right there, Thrall. And they're going to be going down. That will be another kill in favor for the members of the Baddest Dudes, as that's going to be Purification Salvo going to be triggered. Lily is going to go ahead and pop the Jugs as well. Not going to find another kill, but forcing them back and off that point. Really, really good play coming out so far from the Baddest Dudes. Just running around the map and getting camps, making sure they're keeping their experience up in their favor. And speaking of experience, we can actually cycle through some of the other numbers as we've looked at some of these stats for quite some time. This is actually what Super Ty was talking about earlier. The wave clear, it is okay, but right now this is why you're seeing the Orphean top, you're seeing 3 in mid. I mean, you've got 3 healers ish. I mean, you got Uther, but but my whole point is like, and actually their point to a point is that they don't have the wave clear, so they're going to have to kind of split into waves differently, whereas the enemy team is going to be rotating as 4, and they can potentially capitalize on kills, and so they're going to have to play slower, they're going to play safer, and with that, that's going to yield a larger experience gain. We already saw that it was about a level, now we're looking at about a level and a half, and the reason this being is they're getting kills as well as they're making rotations a little bit quicker than the enemy team. I was thinking, oh, the Wailing Arrow for the snipe! This Thrall is just being bullied right now. First the Kael'thas with the Pyroblast, and then the Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, a 90-second cooldown to solidify a kill. Sometimes you just gotta do it because, one, you're pushing yourself up further in experience, closer to a talent to your advantage, and with that, you're going to be able to potentially take down a fort for a future Triglav Protector phase. Now, the one thing I want to note, as I always do, is I didn't look at the timer, and I didn't look at the timer as the Triglav Protector went down, but it's roughly, I think, 3 minutes to the announcement. So we're probably, I was going to say right around the 9-minute mark, but actually we're going to be just shy of that at about 8 minutes 45. Either way, it looks like the bottom lane fort does go down. They get the well in top lane, so they are going to remove that lane sustain. So top's a little matched up right now between the two teams, so this is going to be an interesting control point B. The only thing for the Ghost of Yavapai is going to be that they don't have that 13 talent here. They have to find a level very, very quickly, and that's why you're seeing Thrall in bottom lane, rest of the team's in mid. Orphea was back at the Hall of Storms to get some mana as well, and they just have to look for 13, hope that they don't get the Triglav Protector on the opposing side, and try and fight with that talent here a little bit late. If you're not playing Lucio like you're trying to get to the front page of Heroes Reddit, you're not doing it right. I'm never doing it right. They have 2 supports in Uther. Kind of need an E-build Alex. So is the let's look at this a little bit here. So obviously you're getting cooldown reduction onto your Dragon Queen form. 5 seconds for just hitting a burning hero. That's the thing. And a burning hero is a hero that is basically it's the second time you hit them with the flame buffet. So there's going to be that. You are also reducing the mana cost from 4, so you're reducing the mana cost by 10. And then the level 4 talent is going to be increasing the slow by 10%. And there's no longer a decay either, so it's just straight up 50% the whole time. This is actually going to be a lot of damage going out onto the Uther, who's going to try and heal through. That's going to be a Divine Storm out from them as well. They lose the Uther and the Lily at the exact same time. Earthquake came out from the Thrall as well, so Cactus Ham is going to get the Banshees right out of there. I think they actually went for Windrunner at level 13. That's why you saw the double Banshee, or the double Haunting Wave, jump out from her, as Dragon Queen Alexstrasza is going to be trying to step up right now. They need to back out of here. There's a lot of damage thrown onto them. Hybrid Remix does have the Pyroblast thrown onto them, but they still die before that even hits. And Magoo Milk and Shan are the only 2 up right now, and Cactus Ham actually going to get the Haunting Wave inward. Cactus Ham trying to put the damage out as the Alexstrasza gets the Cleansing Flame with a literal sliver of health. That was that was real close. Okay, so you have a 10% and no decay, and then Fire Within, hitting a burning hero with Flame Buffet heals Alexstrasza for 10%, so you're also going to get some self-sustain out of that. I don't know, like I look at this build, and I guess it does offer a couple things, and it does work out for them, but the question that I posed to Twitch chat is, if she would have gone into like a pure healing build, or like the Circle of Life build that we often do see, her W build if I'm not mistaken on the key for that one, would that have been more beneficial than the Flame Buffet build here? To have more healing than the damage or the cooldown reduction? That's the question I posed to all of you. Is that's going to be a great route from Thrall coming out as well. Another Divine Storm to lock down Viper, who does get the Power Slide right out of there. And it looks like they'll disengage. Sylvanas is going to be coming up. I think she was pushing into mid lane, trying to force this up so that way there's a little extra pressure in their favor. Once again, I didn't look at when the Trickle Protector went down, so I'm not 100% sure when the next one will be, but I think we're somewhere probably in the 13 to 14 minute mark. But Alexstrasza and the Lily are going to get picked off right there, as they could look to push in a little bit further in top lane, but they need to anchor this themselves. Viper's going to have to tank those shots initially. Missing sustain damage, Zloth? Okay. Yo, Toucher, what's up, bud? Good to see you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I saw you playing some games earlier. On the objective, yeah? Okay, yeah. They don't have the damage to kill anybody, but at level 20, Alex can get the Flame Buffet that applies basic attacks, so it's actually a 1v5. Okay. Much better objective control. Okay. With the extra healing from Q or W build, it won't matter with the extra sustain, because they still won't be able to out-damage Tron to healing. Whereas other teams can get kills. I'm chill. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing wonderful. I had a really good day at work. Things are starting to level out. We're in the new year, so everything is just chaotic the moment you come back from work, because people assume that they can take time off, and then like they come back to work and their suppliers, us for example, were working the entire time, even though we sent emails saying that we weren't. So Monday, Tuesday was a lot of just like, why isn't this done? And you suck at your job. And today was, I didn't have to talk to anybody on the phone really, so I was pretty happy about that. But it's the start of the year in construction. It's never fun. But thanks for coming by. I hope you had a wonderful day streaming. I saw you're getting up there in your subs as well. You're not too far off. I saw you were like just like 4 or 5 shy of your 150 mark. So congratulations on that one, my dude. Alrighty. Currently going to be having them group up in this bottom lane. This is going to be all 5 down here. We have 16 talent here in their favor as well. Actually, they had it for a couple seconds. This is going to be 16 talent here picked up on the opposing side as well. Lurking Terror, not something I see too often, but I guess if you are going to be going into Backbiter as well as the Insatiable, I guess you get the chomp after the is it Dread? I always mess this up. Yeah, the Dread, after the Dread explodes. And this is, that's a very aggressive play, but they will be able to steal that away from the enemy side. Sentinel is not going to be able to connect from Tyrande, but they're going to try and capitalize on this as they are rotating back through the top lane. Magoo is looking to get out of here as they pop the Earthquake as well. Purification Salvo going to be coming out. Jugs are going to be popped from the Lily as well, as we currently have the Crushing Jaws coming out, but I don't think they were able to capitalize. I think things are just being used here in a defensive manner. I would expect a Divine Storm right there, as they're just going to try and walk away. And this is the terrifying part, and I think Epic Player was making a lot of good notes, and many people in chat were making very good notes about this. That fight right there is the perfect example of how Ghost of Yavapai are just struggling in this game. They have even talent tiers, and they're still running away from team fights. And that's a terrifying moment when you're in a game on even talent tiers, and you're not saying, and you're not trying to turn around and maybe take a fight. Granted, yeah, I know they were on the retreat path, but they were still kind of in their side of the map. They don't have a keep to get to. I don't know. It was just one of those things that, like, they were so backed off that they weren't even trying to poke too much. It was like Uther was going in there to throw out the Divine Storm just to let the rest of the friendly team get away. Crushing Jaws was used from Orphea in more of a defensive manner than trying to set up any sort of big burst. What big burst after that follows? That's something I don't know the answer to, but we do currently have Triglav Protector in bottom lane up and available. There is going to be a Catapult up on core in top lane. It's still pretty early when it comes to our timers, so I don't think that Catapult's going to be rushing down the lane by any means. Also, Zanehyde, holy crap, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Zanehyde stream. We are currently casting some games this evening, and thank you all for coming by and checking out the stream. 154 before my birthday, so close. Nice, nice, nice. That way you can buy us all new D&D books, right, Tetcher? Phoenix is going to get picked off down in this bottom lane. Catapults are mounting in top lane, quite a few actually. And this I was saying, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but we're actually at the point where with stacked up catapults and no keep, especially with the fort still up as well, so there's no periodic catapult to kind of match this power. This is actually top lane getting pushed through consistently. Cactus Ham is going to go ahead and grab the siege camp as well. This is looking like Triglav Protector is going to be potentially up for the members of Ghost of Yavapai. 4 catapults on core, but Alexstrasza should be able to clear this out without a problem. And then we have Sylvanas grabbing that camp. We currently have the bot emitter going to be grabbed by the members of the Baddest Dudes as Phoenix is down for the next 24 seconds. They see that Alexstrasza is at core, so if they were to go ahead and try and take a fight here, this is probably their best bet due to the fact that it would be 4v4. But they see this, and Alexstrasza does show in lane. Oh crap, I was on the wrong vision right there, but you can catch that right there. So they know that Alexstrasza is coming in. They know that this will be a 5v4, and they're going to be down. They're going to be down their Phoenix. We'll see what happens here. That's going to be the Shadowstalk from Toronto being used initially. A Wailing Arrow, I think, did come out from Sylvanas. This will be the Triglav Protector picked up by the members of Ghost of Yavapai. As that's a very good Pyroblast. I don't think. I would have never thought to do that in a panic situation. If I was that Uther, I would have just been running around in circles, waiting for the Pyroblast to hit me, and just hitting the spray button. Maybe even hitting the dance button. Either way, that is wild. That is absolutely wild. That was a very, very good dodge coming out from the Uther player to be able to just be like, nope, cool, I'm the Triglav Protector. That bomb doesn't affect me at all. Currently going to be having an Earthquake coming out from Thrall. There's going to be the Unconquered Spirit triggered onto Phoenix. Blackened is trying to get out of there as there's going to be the salvo. I think that did find the kill on the Alexstrasza. Triglav Protector does go down, getting only the front gate down. Now Uther is going to be chased in this bottom lane, running into the Sylvanas. Ooh, that's going to be the Cleansing Flame as well coming out from the Alexstrasza. Nice power slide coming out from Viper. They still have their mosh pit up available. If they want to just do the solo dance for a Lili, they can, but they don't even need to, as they're going to be able to solidify a kill right there. Currently going to be having Cactus Ham putting some decent damage onto Shan, they're looking for that 20 talent here. Yo, Kaleo, what's up, bud? I can just share them with you. No, I like to have the physical book. I'm one of those weird people. Like, I have friends who are just like, oh, I got the PDF for that, I can just send it over to you. I'm like, yeah, cool, like, do that. But then I'll end up ordering the book eventually. I love owning, like, the physical copies for, like, players' handbooks and just even comic books, too. Like, I don't know why. It's just a thing. I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I had a good day at work, and now we're casting some wonderful games. There's a new big treat for 20K for anyone that might have 20K. That is limited to 1 per stream, though. We did have to limit that because it's a giant cookie, and it's his favorite thing that he gets. He usually gets it after a walk, but well, we'll hold out and see if you guys actually are other ones who are nice enough to give him one. Either way, we actually do have the keep him bottom lane being sieged up a little bit. We are going to have that Phoenix back and working on this camp over on the right-hand side. 20 talents here not too far off as they're going to be able to meander into top lane and grab that. Will this be the power spike they need? I know getting to 20 and having a power spike and that being your main power spike is a daunting thing in general, but there are compositions that kind of do play around that. I mean, if you want to look at like, you know, like washing machine or something fun like that, yeah, you can totally go ahead and use a washing machine. You get the crater with the upgrade on Wandering Keg, and you give him a nice cleaning with the barrel. Comics are like boobs. They look good on a computer, but I'd rather hold one in my hand. Stan Lee. I mean, Stan Lee, you're not wrong. Whoever that guy is. A big bandit treat reward? Yeah, it's just like a big cookie. It's these peanut butter cookies that I usually give to him after we go out and do something. Like if we go for a hike and he was like super good, I'll give him one of those. But we have bottom lane keep going down. Trigger, or not trigger protector. Biotic emitter is going to be grabbed right there. I think this is just keep. I don't think they're trying to end with this. They're just trying to get more consistent catapult pressure through the lanes. But we are potentially cycling into a control point A. A fourth Triglav protector could be popping up fairly soon for us. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we get at level 20 here. Ooh, Crushing Jaws update. Sorry, Engulfing Oblivion. Crushing Jaws reduces the armor of heroes hit by 25. Okay. That's going to be Crushing Jaws going out right there. Salvo going to be out from the Phoenix as well. There's going to be an Uther Divine Storm. ETC will be going down. The Mosh, excuse me, the Death Mosh is going to be so insanely valuable, but the Chain Bomb value from Demon Grand is just shredding through the enemy team, and they find 4-5 kills. I think Uther died twice because of Redemption. But Pyroblast, oh my god. Alex Draza jumps in the Dragon Queen form, doesn't even take the damage from that. But meanwhile, Cactus Ham is over here and it's like, I got Mercenary Queen. I'm just going to go ahead and end the game for you guys really quickly. Alex Draza does land right next to them, dropping the Biotic emitter as well. Core is falling pretty, not rapidly, but it's starting to fall right now. And the only thing they have to defend against that is going to be this Alex Draza. It seems like we are going to be having game number 1 of our first best of 3 of the evening, going over to the members of the Baddest Dudes. GG. Well played. You okay there, bud? You have a video for me, Kaleo? I saw that you sent me a message yesterday, and I'm sorry that I didn't respond to you, but thank you for the suggestion. Wait, why is Buttspot tagging itself? Is that something it normally does? Like, if you tag Buttspot, does it just repeat what you're saying? Or no, it actually tried to wow, that's I didn't see that it added in the extra T right at the end. It's a coincidence. It's a really, yeah, it's just a very, very wild coincidence that it happened to happen right there. That was a good game 1. That's a very good game 1. Zanehyde, once again, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome over everyone from Zanehyde stream. I hope you had a good stream itself. Oh, thank you for posting that, Kaleo. More like grammar bot. No, please. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for that whatsoever. Hold on. All right, hold on. Oh my god. Hold the phone. That is one of the best things I've seen in a very long time. Hold on, Kaleo. Let's get this. Hold on. YouTube, Google Chrome, show. Of course, it's all busted because this is the same thing I was showing from the cat. It's all oversized. There we go. Thank you so much, Kaleo, for that. God, is that good? God, that's so good. All right, let's update our team score and let's get ourselves set up for the next game potentially here. Show it on stream? No, yeah, I had to show that one on stream. All right, let's see here. Here's my folder. 2. Ooh. Yeah, the last thing we need in this chat is a grammar bot. Can you edit an exclamation mark over Bandit's head? You could, but I'm sure he just like literally threw it into a... He just did it really, really quickly. I'm happy about it overall. I got no complaints about that video whatsoever. That is just perfect. All right. All right, cool. I like how I go and I just get completely dark when I drink. That's... Why? Why white balancing? Why? That's so weird. Alrighty. I need to move this back so I can actually see messages. Hold on one second. Let's minimize that. I need to scoot this over. There you are. I just can't see when I'm getting Discord pings. Okay, boop, boop. Okay. Alrighty. You all ready for game number 2? We're gonna be heading to Infernal Shrines. Let's go ahead and get on into it.
Prepare yourselves for battle, hero.
On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Ghost of Yavapai. Mega Milk is going to be on the Urel. We're going to be seeing Andrade. I think it's Andrade. On the Blaze, we have Little Bell is going to be on the Lucio. Hybrid Remix will be on the Alarak, and we're going to be having Shan going to be on the Sergeant Hammer. On the right-hand side, we got the members of the Baddest Dudes. We're going to be seeing Cactus Ham on the Sylvanas once again. Black and Avian going to be on the small little Deathwing. We've got Roundtaker on the Uther. We got Demon Grand on that Vala, and Viper once again on the ETC. Let's go ahead and get into our mid lane and check out what our level 1 talents are going to be looking like here. Currently going to be having Unfurling Shadows for the Sylvanas as well as Hammer the Lightbringer for the Uther. Looks like Urel will be in the top lane with Sergeant Hammer. I'm expecting this to be solo lane Uther? A solo lane main tank Uther. No, solo lane Uther, which we actually saw on our stream last night that didn't really work out too well, but that was also on a map where they were going up against a Malthael, and they had to double soak, and it was with a Malthael on a Pale Horse. So that rotation speed and wave clear from Uther, not the best coming out from that game. But this is currently going to be our Sergeant Hammer pushing in the top lane, and they're just like, you know what, anytime you try and step up to us, we've got a Righteous Hammer. I love this, that Urel is just literally standing there with a Righteous Hammer, and it's just like, cool, when are you leaving? All right, cool, I'll use my Righteous Hammer then, and then I'll back out of there. Going to be able to get a little bit of damage onto that front gate right there initially. Viper going to be coming up here to help out the friendly team, as Vala is going to be in mid and Sylvanas in bottom lane, making early work of that right there. I'd assume and Arde, like the Latin American, and Rayday, and Rayday? I don't know, I just break things up phonetically. And I just, yeah. Ra as in the god? Ah, yes, Ra. Got you. Hopefully, Enrade. Enrade actually kind of makes sense. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Alrighty. We currently have our level 3s just for both sides. No one getting into that 4 talent tier just yet. We also have our first trig level. Oh my god. Our first Punisher phase is going to be popping up here in the next minute. That's going to be Mortar Punisher in the bottom lane. We currently have just a 4 grouping in mid, and we also are going to be in that Sergeant Hammer grouping up with the friendly team on top of that. Mega Milk is going to be going up against Roundtaker on this top lane, who is going to that Hammer the Lightbringer at level 1, as we talked about earlier. So it's going to kind of pair into that stun with that Hammer the Justice fairly effectively. Brightwing actually going to get taken down in our mid lane. The Blaze able to find a kill into them, and that will be first blood in favor for the members of Ghost of Yavapai. And I think this is Pursuit of... No, oh, Holy Fire. Not something I see too often, but on a map like this, I guess it could make sense. Hold on, is enemy heroes increase the damage? Okay, so I was wondering if it only hit heroes, but I guess they want to try and use it to help clear the shrine a little bit faster. Typically, I see, at least with Hammer the Lightbringer, usually Pursuit of Justice, just to get that speed increase, so you're able to stun and continue to chase and just be a nuisance. But I think here they're just looking to be more effective, and also this, as I said, the Holy Fire is going to be able to allow them to clear the shrine, as well as their waves a little bit quicker. It's not the biggest deal, but still, I mean, extra damage is still extra damage, and that will speed things up a little bit. Andrade? Rasputin. I just usually guess. That's all I'm usually doing. And I hope that they're in chat, they can usually correct me, or I just get a message like a day later. It's just like, hey, I caught your video. You pronounced my name wrong the whole time. I'm like, crap. All right, get it right the next time. Cactus Sam is going to be getting picked off right there, as we currently have Shan very low with some 30 health, is able to get the booster out of there. Groundtaker a little bit low themselves. They might actually have a stun for Little Bell. No, they're not going to be able to find that stun onto them. So they're just going to be working on these skeletal defenders. Mega's going to be jumping on in with the Avenging Wrath, going to get forced back by the face melt from the ETC. Currently going to get Shan throwing in a lot of damage consistently, as there was a bit of a silence for a couple seconds there from the Alarak. Hybrid Remix is going to be going into the Discord. I can't think of the name of that. Oh my god. Chaos Reigns at level 4, so you're going to be building that one up there and trying to get as many. I think it's, you have to hit 3 people with the Discord strike just to be able to get the final reward on that one. So either way, they're going to be building that one up a little bit as they will rotate back in here. Polymorph onto the Sergeant Hammer will confirm the kill. Silence doesn't connect from a Hybrid Remix, so they have to back off, and this is potentially, I think this is actually going to be first Punisher phase going over to the members of the Baddest Dudes, but they also need to consider the fact that there is a Shaman camp in top lane, and if left uncontested, this will take down the fort. Also, depending on what it what it actually targets. So if actually there might be enough dogs for it to target. Won't be that big of a deal. Meanwhile, while we're watching a fort going down, we currently have a protector. Hold on one second. There we go. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. All better. We have a Punisher in bottom lane. Mortar is going to be sieging on up. Currently going to be locking this down with the Sylvanas, using her blackened arrows to try and get more value into this bottom lane push. Wow, Shan is finding a rough spot as they're going to get picked off once again. And this is going to be Punisher not realizing there's still a fort up and available, so they're going to go work on the keep front gate. The rest of the team considering to jump up here and help out, but I don't know. Actually, they're going to go ahead and try and get a little bit of siege into this top lane, or excuse me, this bottom lane. Meanwhile, in top lane, Demon Grand was running, I don't know, they were running towards the gate. Maybe they were expecting, or maybe they're just trying to push up. I'm not too sure about that. Either way, going to be having ourselves some camps going to be grabbed on the left-hand side. Currently going to be having the Shaman camp on the left up in 1:40. It's about 17 seconds on this one, so they could make a group rotation down there after getting this mid lane. We currently have all of our stats shown for quite some time, so let's go ahead and jump over to the other numbers so we can get an idea of what those look like, because we haven't checked out the healing, the damage, and the experience just yet from either of these sides. Next Punisher will be mid lane as well, going to be a Frozen Punisher. Looking at the structures, it's pretty even between the two teams. A little bit more so damage on the right-hand side from onto the Baddest Dude's front gate, but still not that big of a deal, as we'll see what happens with this Frozen Punisher. Uther's still in top lane, just pushing this back, making sure they're soaking up that experience, and I think both teams are just really on the path, looking for 10 talent here. Excuse me. Exactly like that. Butt like that. Meanwhile, over here, down in our bottom lane, they're trying to make a rotation out of said bottom lane. Not going to be able to do so. Well, they're going to be able to do so, but they're going to have to take quite a bit of damage during that entire phase, and they're going to have to heal up a little bit. Lucio probably amping it up as well. Trying to look and see. So ETC, everyone pretty much took the standard here. I mean, well, no, Divine Storm, I don't know, Uther's heroics at this point. I feel like Divine Storm's more the standard than Divine Shield, but I kind of see them 50-50-ish. As I was saying, nothing really out of the ordinary as a Wailing Arrow comes out from the Sylvanas. Little Bell is trying to get out of here as Viper's trying to chase into that. Nice use of the telekinesis, but they wall ride right next to them. Very risky in my opinion, but they're going to be able to get right out of there. Meanwhile, the Righteous Hammer will push Vala away. Speaking of being away from the friendly team, this is also going to be Rel pretty far as well. They do have 10 talent tiers, and they also do have that Divine Steed, so they get that insta-mount from level 7. And you have that 60% movement speed as well that decays over time. So it does allow you to get away from the enemy team a little bit faster. Party mix? Yeah, who would take party mix? Yeah, I don't know any Lucios that take party mix. That's all I take, honestly, because I'm a potato. Currently just have a level lead, not about it's more like a quarter lead here. It's just talent, or bar-wise it was looking a little bit more. Either way. Vinestorm coming out from the Uther, trying to lock down Mega Milk. They're going to be able to get the Avenging Wrath over, but that's going to be a wonderful power slide from ETC. Viper's going to try and body block, but the Ardent Defender will keep them alive for a bit. Going to take a couple shots, and this will be our Frozen Punisher in mid lane, jumping up here in just a second. We also did have the Shaman Camp grabbed on the right-hand side. Same thing is going to be grabbed on the left. Now, this Sergeant Hammer hasn't grabbed their 10 talent just yet, and I'm wondering, are they going to try and go BFG, or are they going to be going for the Napalm Strike to get a little bit faster clear? You need party mix. How else are you going to become an offensive Lucio God with mixing fire? Throw them hands. If you don't have party mix, how are you going to become a good DJ? You gotta take party mix at 1. There's a fight breaking out in top lane as Demon Grand is trying to get some damage out on a couple of these players. That will be a power slide from the ETC, as well as the break it down used by the Lucio. They won't have that for the next 70-some seconds, and that's going to be the entire, I would say the majority of this phase, they won't have that up and available. BFG was grabbed by the Sergeant Hammer, so they're going to be looking for a low health pool hero to really get that big burst, and that's really the main reason you're grabbing that, is you're trying to burst damage out towards the end of a fight. So like right here, maybe Cactus Ham would be your target. Right through there, that's actually very, very good. It's the same way you kind of look at Hinterland's Blast. You want to find a lot of low people so that you can capitalize on a kill, also get cooldown reduction onto that one. But right now there's a mosh pit that was triggered. It immediately got interrupted. They're going to be going down as well. There's a combustion from the Blaze as well. That did not get a kill, but they end up finding a Sylvanas right there. And actually that combustion set themselves up for a bit of damage, and they actually start to turn this around, and they will be grabbing Frozen Punisher for the mid lane. Let's see how much value they bring to the table with this one and what they're going to be able to take down with it. Team Potato, thank you. Smooth moves so you can get extra self-sustain from the auto attacks. Lucio has auto attacks? Hinterland's Blast is better when it's shock and awe. Well, when it was shock and awe, it was broken. That's why everyone loved shock and awe, because it was broken. It was like when Uther could cast all of his abilities in ghost form, and by all abilities, I also mean his heroics as well. You're not busted whatsoever. Do you remember Butcher on release? Because I do. Butcher was a nightmare on release. Oh, do you remember Li Ming on release? That was not a fun 2 weeks. That was a very, very bad 2 weeks in my opinion. I mostly just the name. Oh, just the name? Okay, that's fair. Shock and Eye is actually a pretty good name. Hinterland's Blast, I like it. I like it. I think it's one of those things that, like, I just always had Hinterland's Blast, so it was just like, all right, cool. Like, I never got to play with Shock and I just know about it because of just, well, the memes about it. Chef's kits, yes. SOYon, baby. Yeah, exactly, Toucher, exactly. So Frozen Punisher in mid lane got about a 4. They got a little damage under the keep front gate. They're going to cycle back and manage their lanes on the side of the Baddest dudes. Members of Ghost of Yavapai are looking to still keep their momentum up for themselves. Now, they aren't up in experience. It's a small sliver between the two teams still, as it was right around the 11 talent tier area, but it's just the momentum that they've built so far. They're kind of controlling the pacing of this map. They're the ones making the rotations. They're the ones putting things up for the enemy team to actually deal with, like these camps that they grabbed for the mid lane. There's potential pressure they can rotate into bottom and deal, or into push up further with. They've also got that periodic catapult in top lane that's going to be helping win out that lane a little bit faster. But right now, I think they're looking for a fight, trying to find someone to. Oh, that's going to be a mega mosh onto so many members. Divine Storm coming out from the Uther as well. That's going to be the Blaze going down first, the Alarak to follow as well. Ardent Defender will be used by the the Urel. She ends up going down, so it's a 3 for none. They don't get everyone in that mosh pit, but to be able to get a 5-member mosh pit is probably one of the most satisfying feelings as an ETC player. I've managed to, I think I've gotten a 4-person. I want to say I got a 4-person. Definitely got a 3-person mosh, but I don't think I've ever landed like a 5-person mosh and we've had people capitalize and even get kills on top of it. So really, really well played coming out from Viper right there, seeing the opportunity and utilizing it at the exact moment necessary. Break it down used by the Lucio, I think it was more of a panicked moment because they weren't sure if the enemy team was going to be stepping up onto them, and they don't want to stagger out of death as they just lost 3 members. Next Punisher will be in top lane, going to be Arcane. That actually would be really beneficial for the Baddest dudes, as they do need to push that lane out against the opposing side. This is actually very well defended as well, but with those couple kills they just found, this is also going to be pushing them into that 16 talent tier range. We were just talking about how there's a sliver of difference between the two teams, and a late game team fight yielding so much experience, able to really, really bolster them further up. And now we go from a sliver to an entire level. Lil Bell is going to be going down. They don't have to break it down because it was used earlier when Vala was pushing up that bottom lane, or that mid lane. They will steal away the Bruiser camp, and this will be the announcement of the Shrine for top lane. Arcane Punisher will be in top, and depends how you, I mean, it's person to person. Arcane and Frozen really back and forth. Like, I think Arcane sieges in really, really well, and team fight wise is very damaging, but Frozen is really good because you have those AoEs where you can freeze the member and then you can still capitalize. So siege wise, they're like neck and neck in my opinion. Mortar is just at the bottom. Like, it's Mortar Punisher, like, cool, whatever. But Arcane and Frozen, very, very, very strong. And Arcane for this top lane, I think is going to be very beneficial for them as we get into this. I've had a 5-man mosh. The rest of my team was dead, though. Oh, no, that's the worst. That is the absolute worst. The only thing broken about Li Ming on release was SVN. Do you remember Kael'thas on release? Living Bomb, Cast Bomb. Oh, God, yeah. Everything chain bombed. Everything. IDK, I told you this joke, but I'm gonna say anyways. What do you call a missed mosh pit? I don't know. What do you call a missed mosh pit? I'm ready for this. I'm very excited about this. So 16's up on both sides as well. Sergeant Hammer waiting to grab their 16 talent tier. They've got pressure coming in through this mid lane against the Baddest dudes, but the front gate's already down, so this Punisher is definitely going to be sieging up onto the fort. Can they take this all the way to the keep is the big question that I have. What do you call a missed mosh pit? Billy Idol, because you're dancing with yourself. That's good. That's good. I actually really like that. Never heard that before. Divine Storm coming out from the Uther, as well as there was a combustion from the Blaze. Wailing Arrow came out, and that solidified the kill onto the Blaze itself. They tried to get the Counter-Strike out, but Alarak ends up going down. Sadism being reset for them once again. Absorption going to be used on the Urel, trying to get further away with the Ardent Defender as well as the Avenging Wrath, but that fort got shredded through, and that is also going to be Sylvanas' passive ending just as they step up to this keep front gate. Still have decent amount of health on this Punisher, just below 50% as they rampage through that front gate. Sergeant Hammer with a very good concussion blast to force them away while making sure that fort goes down, so that way if they do have to back off and they don't get this keep, they don't have something slowing them down like those tower shots, because that actually, tower shots slowing you down as you're trying to escape and the enemy team's chasing you, well, you might have that opportunity to get that kill, but they're actually going to power slide forward. Mosh Pit going to be coming out. There's a cleanse right before that, but Sergeant Hammer will be able to knock the Mosh away. Unfortunately, Urel will be going down to the damage. Punisher goes down as well, but now they're looking to end on the core, and this is a little risky. They've got a decent amount of damage. Everyone's kind of dealing or chasing after Vala and Uther. Meanwhile, you have Sylvanas, Brightwing, and ETC hitting the core. Not the strongest people in the world, but definitely Sylvanas does a decent amount of damage, especially with 106 stacks on the Unfurling Shadows from level 1, and she's actually going to build it up a little bit further right there. Blaze does get picked off. Cactus Ham somehow still alive around this core. It's actually wild to me that they've managed to stay alive this long. Ends up getting picked off right there, but Viper is currently just smacking the core with their guitar, looking like they might be able to end. Round Taker, they don't have 20 talents here, so there's no redemption, but it's not even necessary, as the Baddest dudes will take game number 2 in our first best of 3 of the evening. GG, well played.